apparently, Joycey and Paul, I heard from Nintendo that they were canceling the Nintendo Switch 3. Can't you believe that, Paul?
That's preposterous.
I mean, it was expected because the Nintendo Switch 2 just became the Wii U, right?
Hey,
Are we all in agreement?
question: where are we
Are we?
live at? Because we're not live on your channel.
We should be
Are we
live
live?
somewhere.
Are we live on Paul's channel?
You would have to retreat and then the opposite of retreat. Let me see here. We are live. Are we live?
I mean, the
Because the
ticker is
thing
going
about it,
off in the upper corner.
because you don't have the thumbnail on. You just have it says that it just says welcome to our live show, and it's not.
My goodness. Okay.
It's not moved up or anything. And Paul, I don't think you're live either.
Question, Paul, did it give you an option to live stream once you came in?
No.
No? It didn't give you like a little box so you can live stream to your audience?
No.
To
not the way
the
Streamlabs does.
Interesting. It looks like we are live.
Live on MySpace, probably.
MySpace? Live here on Mike's channel. So we have Yvonne confirming. We have Cartcun. We got Janmar, Charlie Smith, Aaron, Oddly. Guys, we're having technical difficulties. StreamYard has abandoned us. We're now we're homeless. We're the homeless podcast. Welcome everybody.
Wait a minute. Are there people here? Where are we streaming to?
Yeah, we're streaming to just my channel right now.
Oh my God! Why is everything broken? I'm so scared now.
It's just broken. It's just broken. Let me go ahead and.
Is your camera on?
Yeah, it's on.
Star Fox.
I'm just doing something right now.
Star Fox. Nintendo Switch price hike. And what else are we talking about today? We're talking about the Nintendo Direct. Remake. I'm just adding the title to this one because then I'll edit it down when uploading to the platforms. Everyone, welcome to the Nintopics podcast. This is your homeless. What was that other name, JC?
I'm still bothered by the fact that I have no idea where we're streaming.
Well, we are streaming.
I don't see you live on your channel either.
Yeah, I'm live on the channel. If you looked at to your left.
Oh, I know why. Because you have that one for. I don't know what you have this other one for. Okay.
Yeah, that one I have to cancel it because that one is not. It's not even live. So let me go ahead and just.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people over there.
Let me go ahead and private that one. Private that one. Oh, I list that one. And then go over there, let people know that we are live over here. That works. We are live on another area, another place. What do you call that? Let's see here. Okay. All right, man. So get shareable link. Go to the other one where people are waiting, and then share the link there.
We don't have our intro or nothing.
So I was able to get this stream restreamed, so it is on my channel right now, and we just had a funny comment that made me laugh.
What's the comment?
Looks like their first time streaming. Love it.
It feels that way.
Listen, guys. This is the era of the homeless studio because I have no studio. I'm literally streaming from my laptop with the USB mic that IndieMania gave me, and that's all I have right now. That's all I have right at this moment. So one more time, let's rewind. Welcome to the Nintopic Podcast. We are live. We just started the podcast. Nothing happened. Everything is good. So good. Amazing. We're going to be talking today about Nintendo and all the craziness that's happening over the past couple of days, right? Right, Joycey and Paul? It's like Nintendo is not Nintendo in a way. And then we also had that meeting. And then we also had a whole bunch of things happening that we're going to discuss today. But before we get into that, we have to go over our co-host here, the queen herself. How you doing, Joycey? Welcome to the Nintopics Homeless Shelter Podcast.
Hi, I'm also in the shelter with you. Reese, dear Restream, you really don't want our business, do you?
It's not Restream, it's StreamYard.
No, I'm talking to Restream right now because of all them problems we just had. Yeah, Restream, talking to you. Anyway. So yeah, Nintendo has been wilding this week. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, giving us 10-minute heads up for directs. You know, financial reports. What else? You know, things are. This was not our planned show, by the way. You know, because we had other things we were going to talk about. We love doing our evergreen content for you guys, but there was just too much going on this week that we could not ignore.
Yeah, it was way too much, and we're gonna be going over it. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes here because even my notes are somewhere over the rainbow. So Paul, how are you doing? What's going on, man? How many days left for the Star Fox puppet show?
48. This is my kind of
days.
week. I mean, we got a brand new countdown that kicked off. I didn't know I was going to do one, but Nintendo with 50 days to spare was like, hey. And it's funny because I just said, like, it's getting close, but next week, Golden Week will be done. The Super Mario Galaxy movie will have been out for 2 whole weekends in Japan. It will have released in Poland. You've got June 25th as the last Thursday of June that I could see it still coming out because it would still count as 5 days worth of sales to boost up June as we end the first fiscal quarter. Yeah. I think it could happen next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then unexpectedly, like, boom, it happened. And it was, see you in 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We're going to have a direct, 15 minutes, absolutely glorious. So I got a countdown out of it. I got my beloved Star Fox real, legit looking stunning out of it. I've got future thoughts of, does this mean The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time?
Wait. You're getting ahead of yourself. But this is the podcast, Paul.
I've got the Boys, which I'm watching. I've got Mortal Kombat 2 coming out today, which I'm going tonight. Like, it's a good week. And I got the fiscal reports. You know, I like my numbers. Nintendo dropping them last night. Good stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff. It wasn't.
Real quick.
It wasn't. Go ahead, Yoshi.
I'm sorry, dear. That delay is back. I was gonna say real quick. I did not have an exciting week at all. That's why I didn't really talk about anything. But I do have a really great weekend coming up. One of my good girlfriends is graduating, and so we're celebrating tomorrow. We're going to one of those festivals where they have like the old washed up like rappers and stuff like that. I think like Bubba Sparks is gonna be there. 3-6 Mafia, some other ones, you know. But the whole point is, tacos and margaritas. So, you know, exciting things. And
that's funny.
Then I have a date tomorrow night. So so that's the weekends. And of course, It's Mother's Day this weekend. So much love to all the mamas, the
Yes, yes.
the baby mamas,
Mamas, yes.
and
And
baby
and the
mamas mamas,
and the grandmamas.
and the grandmamas. And yeah, sorry,
Well, you're
I just realized like I'm so discombobulated that I did not get my right intro in. I'm sorry.
and you're Zelda's mama, so like, congratulations to you too. So I mean,
Thank you. I
you know,
appreciate that. And
yeah,
Leek's
yeah,
favorite auntie. I don't know how that
yeah,
works, but yeah, that
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
go with it.
I think aunties get some love too. So yeah, congratulations to all
Hey,
aunties up there too.
shout out to the aunties. I know we don't have our own day, but we are just as a much part of this whole village as the mamas and the dads. Okay, and shout out
Yeah,
to all the dads who are also moms as well. So want to make sure I
yeah,
got
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we've been having some technical difficulties. Short, long story short, I normally stream on StreamYard, which I've been streaming for the past 5 years. Paying about $50 for monthly. The channel pays for that, so it's all good. Um, and well, not the channel. You guys pay for that. You guys help me pay for that with with the memberships and everything. And so it's all good, right? StreamYard working good. And all of a sudden, they cancel my subscription and send me an email to update me to another subscription that they have, which is the same one I had, but instead of paying $49, oh yeah, you can update to your subscription for only $1. And then the little text, $1 for the first month, and then $299 a month thereafter. I'm like, what? What
That is highway
what
robbery.
is what is I was like glitching. I glitched. What is life? What is this? What's happening? And so
No, StreamYard needs to like serve dinner or something with their product for that kind of money. I'm sorry. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, it was out of the blue, and so they kind of. Not only that, you guys know that I'm not even in my own studio right now. I am like kind of studio homeless. Where it's not that I'm studio homeless, is that we're transitioning over to a new house. The house will be built in August, so I have to wait a little bit until everything is packed. Everything is packed, and I have my laptop. Thank God, I have my little AverMedia. Shout out to AverMedia for this little Mikey here. Let me know how it works. Yes, it's called Mikey. Um, and so because of that, how do you spell hike? Hike, price hike,
HIKE.
hike, price hike. Um, because of that, I'm able to do just this. And so I'm not sure if Paul and Joycey saw today's video. I uploaded today's video. A little bit sad,
Mm-hmm.
not so sad because it's not permanent. But I addressed my audience. I let everybody know, hey guys, guess what? I have to step back from YouTube just a little bit. And this does not include the podcast. So we're live every single Friday on the podcast. But when it comes to my daily content, because of this the transition, it's becoming harder and harder for me to pull content out there. Not that I won't go on the shorts with my phone and just kind of shoot something every now and then. Maybe I'll start a countdown backwards, the opposite way, just like instead of Paul going the countdown, I'll count up to something. I don't know what, but maybe I'll do that one with my phone. But as of right now, I'm gonna have to take a step back from doing daily news videos until August or September once I am in the new home and the new studio, just so that I could kind of it's just become super hard. You guys know I'm legally blind. I need accessibility, a lot of accessibility features so that I can kind of edit and look at you guys. And so with that, I made that video today, and so the podcast is right now is alive and well. We'll continue every Friday, and what I'll do is I will take this podcast, clip it, and you guys will see little segments like what we just had right now, all the mumbo jumbo, all the little fiasco we had. Now I'll just put that in the little collage with comedic timing and a whole bunch of music and stuff and sound effects and Looney Tunes sound effects and upload it. And so uh yeah, that's what's happening. I hope you guys understand and stick with me. I'm not going anywhere. It's just a little break until I can get into the new place. Eventually, I had to do this just because I have to get this house ready for sale. And I will be back once and I become full time again. I'll be back stronger. Ocarina of Time, stronger than I was before. So that's the update. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Just kind of taking a step back from content creation on the news stuff. Okay. So what we'll do on the meantime is just we'll take the podcast and we'll do like news recap, right? We can do at the end of the week. Here's your news, blah 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 blah. What's the biggest news, whatever, and we'll go over that, and then Joycey can help me out with the translating the chat and letting me know what's happening because I can't see the chat right now. They're like, what's happening over there? Somebody talking about me? Who talk about me? Who says something about me? My ear is itching because somebody talking about me.
What you say about my mama? If
So
you
that's
know what
the
movie
update.
that's from, God bless.
I know he's hilarious. So that's the update. That is the update. Okay, the Odyssey's not going anywhere. This is there's a guy that I got a really funny comment from a viewer says, Mike, you and every video is saying never give up and you're giving up. It was like you're the first one giving up. Like no, I'm not giving up. I'm just putting it.
That's not
putting it on
even
hold.
what he said. People
It was
aren't
like for
watching to
somebody-
the end.
The actual comment is for somebody whose motto is never give up. You actually do give up a lot. Give up a lot. I'm like, no, I don't. So yeah, that's the whole thing. All right, let's get into the podcast. All right, and I'm gonna kick myself in the butt if I don't let Paul handle this section. This is his baby. He likes numbers. If I take away the numbers from Paul will just kind of do like Danhausen and kind of maybe curse me or something like that. Who Danhausen is, Paul?
Yeah.
So, do you have the notes, Paul?
I don't know if we're lagging or not, but yeah.
We're lagging. We're
I
frozen.
can barely
but
open
everybody can hear us.
anything new.
If you have the notes, yeah, it is on. You can find the notes on our chat on X. It's the one that has the Google document, the Gaggle document.
I'm worried
You're
what
a
happened
Google document.
to the streams. Barely holding together.
By the way, I want to welcome everyone on TikTok. We have people watching us on TikTok. This is the first time we are streaming on TikTok. I'm so sorry, guys. This is not normally how everything goes. We're
No,
normally
it is
better.
not.
We have an intro, we have an outro, we have fun, we have, it's just what it is. It's like it was one of those days where all the pieces, all the pieces of the puzzle are not fitting together. But
We just got to push
yeah,
through.
we just gotta push them together somehow. Just gonna make them fit no matter what.
I do have the notes, by the way.
Perfect. So
Yay!
the
Go for
part
it, Paul.
one, and then part two will be the topics of the podcast. So you can go ahead and take care of part one.
Well, what part would you like me to start off with?
Part one.
Starting with the good,
Parte
the win.
uno. Like yeah. Just how it is right there from top to bottom.
Okay. Here's some stuff from the earnings rundown. Nintendo Switch 2 launch success. In just under 10 months, the console is at 19.86 million units sold worldwide. It's the fastest selling Nintendo hardware to date. The financial growth, revenue jumped 98.6% to 14.6 billion.
It's crazy.
Net profit rose 52.1%, which is $2.7 billion year over year, largely driven by the new hardware cycle. You've got some software powerhouses on display in Mario Kart World with 14.7 million copies sold, Pokemon Pokopia with 4 million, which is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream with 3.8 million in 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
active users, around 129 million monthly, which is a tremendous amount. It's a record high, shows strong retention between the generations. If you want to call it the bad, I'm not saying this is the worst thing in the world, but the physical report is that Nintendo is projecting an 11% drop in hardware revenue, 27% drop in profit after the boom. But I also know that Nintendo is pretty conservative. So just like when they anticipated the Nintendo Switch 2 would sell 15 million in the fiscal year, they bumped it up to 19. And what did it do? 19.86. So some of this, I think, is going to fare better than what they're anticipating. But it always looks better to do better than you thought than worse. So that's my take. They've got a hardware sales decline, which is that 16.5 million that they anticipate selling in the next 12 months. Like I said, I think it's going to be higher, but we'll see. That's their modest number.
Projection. Yeah.
The original Nintendo Switch, it's winding down. But it did 3.84 million for the entire year, which is in its 9th year. It is a 64.8% drop. But if you look at, another 50% drop, that's still another 2 million, which brings it up to 158 essentially.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And unrelated but related in the end is the component crisis. Nintendo explicitly cited an ongoing component crisis, specifically rising costs in RAM and logistics as the primary driver for their recent financial restructuring. You can also count this as a bad, but it isn't understandable, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 will go up to $500 per unit beginning September 1st. So they're giving us a decent amount of time to buy it now.
Yep, and that's we're going to be talking about that later on in the that's part of the main topics today.
And then we've got the missing numbers. Yeah. If you want to go over the missing numbers, you've got the data gap. What about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond? It's still not a single million selling title on one particular SKU, but we do know it has sold over 1 million combined, and that was even back in the last quarter. So for all we know, maybe it was at like a combined 1.5 million before, and now it's at 1.85, but still not one on any one particular SKU. It's just less than 2 total. And then, that's about it. That's about it. Yeah.
All right. So what we have here is when I put here, I said the bad or the hurdles, because we have to report on both sides, right? I think it's good and that we talk about both sides of the coin instead of just kind of trying to I don't know. What do you call that when there's you work for a politician and then the media comes at you and try to shoot at you, but you are the representative of that company and you try to spin things, like spin, right? Is that what they call those people? The spin professionals?
Wait. I know the answer. Alternative facts for 100, Alex.
Ding, ding, ding. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that we do the both sides, the good and the bad, right? And the bad is not that it's bad. It's just that it's the not so good. So I put in parentheses the hurdles. Like for example, we're saying goodbye to the Nintendo Switch. The OG system is winding down, right? It's like I don't want to say goodbye to that system. I love it. It's been like Paul said, 9 years, and it's still selling 3 million units in its 9th year. That's insane. Those numbers are not a bad thing. The winding down part, because we know we got to eventually say goodbye to it, is the bad part. Although I still see that system still selling a little more. I want it to be Nintendo PlayStation 2, and I feel like it can get there. It can do it. I'm willing it to do it. Hopefully the PlayStation president doesn't dig up a couple of more sales for the PS2 from out of nowhere, and so hopefully we get that. We get to see Nintendo Switch beat Nintendo. PlayStation 2 before it's gone forever. You know. All right. So Joyce, do you have any thoughts on all this amazing success for the Nintendo Switch 2 and the games and stuff like that?
I'll be very honest. I'm not surprised about the hardware sales.
Uh
I
huh.
was a little bit surprised about some of the software sales because I
Mm-hmm.
really thought, even though I'm not necessarily the biggest Donkey Kong fan, I thought
Yeah.
Donkey Kong was at least going to walk away with about 7 million.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that was my personal prediction, but it's all good. The fact that we got here, fastest selling console in history, by the way, and I'm not making that up. Uh, we got here without a huge Mario, without a huge Zelda, without a huge Pokemon game, without a brand new Splatoon or something that they know for a fact is gonna, hit at least, a certain amount of sales. So
Mm-hmm.
we got really far in a short amount of time. So that was so that's still a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, because now that they didn't sucked almost 20 million of us in, sucked us in. Um, then they're like, okay, that's enough. We can start pulling out some real bangers now that is going to make everybody just stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or people
Yeah.
are going to want to get a new system because I'm that person. I'm sure there's other people out there like this, but I'm one of those
Mm-hmm.
people. If the only thing I liked by Nintendo was Zelda,
Yeah.
buying a Switch or Switch 2 is worth it for that game alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would buy a Switch just to play Zelda, even if I played nothing else. So there are people that are like, I'm just waiting on my game to show up. I'm just waiting on my favorite franchise to show up or something of
Mm-hmm.
that nature. And then they'll pull the trigger. So it just kind of depends. But I think it's first year. It's fine, y'all. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. And one thing that I forgot to mention in there, my bad, was Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is another great multi-million seller for 4.52 million units sold as of March 31st, 2026, which is good, right? I also think that Metroid Prime 4 wasn't really mentioned in there because I think the numbers are not as impressive as the most recent numbers. Some Adachi Life with the 3.6 million, or whatever, and the others, right? Pokemon Pocopia with the 4 million in such a short time. I mean, it's a Pokemon game. It's a Tomodachi Life, um, and so I think that's why Nintendo kind of kept it kept it quiet. Everybody agrees that the marketing for that game was abysmal. Nintendo did not do that game any favors when it comes to the marketing for Metro Prime 4. And I think that it just shows, right? Rip my camera. Is my camera still here? Did my camera go?
I think you're frozen on their end.
Am I waving? Am I moving?
Yeah,
You're moving.
Restream doesn't seem to like working with doesn't like it if you have other tabs open. I'm realizing that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was just like this. And it looked like I was frozen. No, I'm not frozen. I just look that way sometimes. Not frozen. I mean, maybe, maybe in here.
I'm not frozen. I just look like that. What?
Sometimes. Yeah. So, with that, we can go ahead and climb into the roller coaster of this year. And what can we say? Nintendo, just like Paul started talking about earlier, dropped a Star Fox presentation in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere, for the same exact day. Not only that, but for the same exact, what was it, a 10-minute wait? Because
Yes.
and this is the thing, I didn't like it at all. You know why I didn't like it? Because I'm a
Too
journalist.
short notice.
As a journalist, it's like there's no Nintendo Direct today, so I was out taking my daughter to her piano classes, You know, I would have made. I would have if I would have gotten, let's say, more than an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours of notice. Okay, I can stay home. My wife can take her to the piano classes, and I'll get ready for the presentation. But no, I was out, and then I look at my my phone, and one of our viewers say, "Hey, Mike, they just made a direct for Star Fox." I thought he was joking. I thought he was joking. When I came home, I'm like, no, they did not. No, they did
I
not.
thought it was a joke tweet. I really did, because I was already on Twitter,
Yeah,
and your notifications for people you following, you want to hear everything they say. I have it followed for Nintendo, and
yeah,
I was like, who am I following that's putting out these joke tweets? And I'm like, and then I double checked, and I'm like, no,
uh
this
huh,
is Nintendo of America. And then I went to Nintendo of Europe and Japan to make sure.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, this is really happening. And I tweeted both of you, and I said, it's real. Star Fox is
For real.
real.
It
And then
was just.
I heard Paul screaming from California. I just heard him screaming in pure joy. So yeah,
I
it was
mean,
louder than that, Paul. Don't be shy.
listen. I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't unhappy with the game, right? I wasn't unhappy with the announcement. I was really unhappy with the timing. Like, it felt like a slap in Nate the Hate's face. I'm not even gonna say my face. It felt like a slap on Nate the Hate's face. They poked his
Nate the
eyes.
Hate somewhere just chilling. Like, I told y'all I was right.
I, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he was right.
He
I'm
was
convinced
right.
he
Okay,
was.
okay, okay. I'm gonna defend Nate the Hate like he my nephew. He gonna be my nephew for the next few minutes. Okay, nephew Nate the Hate. Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, we know that Nate the Hate is not lying. It's just that sometimes things change or whatever. He has a
Yeah.
very long good history. And
Yeah.
I admit, and I told you guys for several podcasts, I was also skeptical, not because I thought he was a liar or anything. I'm just like, they're going to really pull Star Fox out of nowhere, and they're going to
Yeah.
give us an Ocarina of Time. Yeah, sure. Okay. You know, I wasn't really, and
Uh
then
huh.
with the fact that it was Star Fox and it still came out about a week. This is still like only a week after,
Yeah. Yeah.
April ends. That's too much on the nose, because
Yeah. Yeah.
people who are really trying to just make up things or have educated guesses,
Uh huh.
nobody predicted Star Fox.
Nobody.
So
Yeah.
the fact
Yeah.
that he said that, you know, Nate the Hate get credit, because
I'm convinced.
even if that was a week off, it's fine.
Yeah. I don't think it was even a week off. I don't think it was a week off. I think it was supposed to air when it aired. I think or maybe I don't know. I'm confused now. Nintendo just they love that surprise and delight thing, right? I am 100% convinced that somebody up there was upset at the marketing team.
Mhm.
Somebody was upset at the marketing team and say, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and drop this direct, and we're gonna give them a 10-minute notice. I'm like, when in the history of Nintendo have they ever just dropped an announcement? Hey, here's a 10-minute notice. This is Miyamoto. Miyamoto was like, here, a slap on the face, take that. And I'm sure they did it to mess with Nate. They did it because they were upset that their upcoming calendar was just put out there for the world to see, and what they wanted, they got it, because Nate just released an update. Nate the Hey was an update stating that, hey, I'm no longer gonna give you exact dates. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna tell you this game is coming. This game is coming, but I'm not gonna give you I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not gonna give you exact dates anymore because, shout out
Things
to
change.
Nintendo. Shout out to Nate, not Nate the Hate Nintendo Prime on the chat. But yeah, I was so confused. I was so upset, not at the fact that the game was announced, but man, really, come on, Nintendo. Oh, I
Wait a minute.
understand.
Yo,
understand.
what time was the mini direct, the Star Fox direct? What time was it again? Paul, I know you remember.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Okay, so I
for
don't. They
West
normally.
Coast, so 5 Central, 6 East.
Okay, they don't normally have directs at that time anyway, so never mind. I was gonna make.
Which is funny because streaming. Oh,
no, I was gonna just say real quick. I wonder if they move the time, and instead of giving us a little heads up, like they give us a 24-hour notice. I wonder if they said no 24-hour notice. We give them 10 minutes notice, and then that's it. Because it's not their big direct. Even though I still think Star Fox deserved a nice 24-hour countdown, get us hyped to see what we're gonna see, but whatever. I'm sorry, Paul, go ahead.
Paul is thinking. I think he's thinking
about it.
No,
I just want to make sure y'all can hear me.
So good. I was just saying, like, it's funny because I was live streaming earlier that day, and if I went a little bit longer, I would have been live streaming with the community. All of a sudden, just refresh some tabs, and everyone, I'm sure, would have just, what? What do you mean? Or if I didn't see it first, someone would have said, hey, Paul, check out. What? Ah! And then I would have changed the name of the live stream from whatever I had it to. Star Fox Direct is happening now. Let's go. This is not a drill. But we ended up having a conversation later on, and it was just epic. But we talked about it in last week's podcast. I said, we all, I think, agree that Nintendo could very well just wait. Next week, they could drop. Behind the scenes, there could have always been a conversation looks to be known and roll the hype of the Super Mario Galaxy movie and Fox McCloud being in it. Is it more strategically beneficial to put it in advance of the Japanese release or put it after? If we put it after and it has a week of success in theaters, that's fine. But then we have Golden Week coming up. Maybe we launch a week, but what if we let 2 weekends and then do it after? And sure enough, there's all sorts of little factors that go in the way. And last minute changes of plan. What is the most opportune time to do it? To shock, to light, have people talking? I mean, usually when I scroll through X, there's mostly video game stuff. I just follow video game stuff. There's some other superhero stuff. Star Wars stuff, DC, Marvel, Ninja Turtles, like all that stuff. And usually there's a pretty decent variety, some wrestling, UFC things, WWE, you name it. But there's a variety. Yesterday, last couple of days, I kid you not, like, dude, it's been nothing but one thing, Star Fox. Everybody talking about Star Fox, Star Fox, Star Fox. And probably if there was a direct that happened in April or February and Star Fox was one of the games, it would have been talked about, but it would have shared the spotlight with several other games. Now the world is talking about Star Fox and how they did it. It's a very polarizing moment, and I think this is going to be the franchise's real turnaround point to launch forward. I mean, we'll get more into that, our thoughts on it, I imagine, but oh, you got it. You got it. Loved it.
Yeah. I mean, they were talking about Star Fox. Yes. They were talking a lot about Star Fox. There were so many conversations happening. One of them had to do with the design of Star Fox and crew. And the fact that they all look like pets, right? One looked like a parakeet. Falco looked like a parakeet. Star Fox looked like your regular dog, right? And the frog just looked like a frog with slimy stuff. And then Pippi's the bunny, right? Pippi or Yippee or Lippy or I don't know. I'm not a Star Fox. I mean, there's no lore there. Just I guess it's just the dad go. Yeah, Peppy hair, right? The looks, the design, even the designer from Star Fox chimed in saying that they because they gave us this really cool rad Star Fox design during the movie, and how they also updated the Donkey Kong design to kind of more match the Nintendo Cinematic Universe DK. And then all of a sudden they gave us a Star Fox, a realistic Star Fox. I'm not really complaining because I like it. He looks awesome. The game looks incredible. The graphics are amazing. It's a Switch 2 title, you know? But yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't a bad thing. It was just interesting their design choices on the characters. I'm sure what they were led by. Let's just give them a design that could show them the power of the Switch. Because it looked great. The cutscenes look amazing. The transition between the cutscene and how it starts the playthrough. It that was fantastic. It looks great. Um, but yeah, you're right, Paul. The Star Fox did dominate the conversation. Another topic that dominated the conversation is because we got the Star Fox, Nate, we all trust Nate, and Nate we trust. Because we got the Star Fox, now people were paying attention to the other mentions on that podcast, most in particular, the Ocarina of Time remake. And I have to emphasize this. A remake is not a remaster. Don't expect to see the same little polygons or the same shapes or forms or the same Hyrule. Don't expect to see the same ground or trees or sky or anything. You'll expect something completely new from the ground up. Let me rewind just a little bit to mention that my theory about if Nintendo was going to release a Star Fox with that release window had to be a remake. Remember I told you, Paul, a remake or it had to be a remake or a port, either Star Fox Zero or some type of a remake. And yes, it was a remake of Star Fox 64. Nintendo never gives you a game with less than 3 months of a release window unless it's a port or a remake. And Echoes of Wisdom had a really short window from June to what, September, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
Echoes of Wisdom, and that was a short release window. But I kind of knew it wasn't going to be a remake or a port of some sort for Star Fox, and it wasn't going to be a brand new game. Although it is a brand new game because they had to rebuild it from the ground up, new engine, new models, new everything. Um, which leads me to Ocarina of Time. Guess what? New engine, new models, new characters. Well, not new characters. New design characters, like new design characters, not new characters. Like a new design Link, a new Zelda, a new Impa. Maybe an Impa that looks more like the movie, right, Paul? Joyce? Who knows? Who knows, right?
Maybe.
Um, but let's jump right in. Ocarina of Time remake. Now that we all feel all feel that our percentage of expecting that game has now elevated. How do you feel, and what now are you truly expecting to see from that game? Because like I posted on X, Ocarina of Time is like Star Fox 64. By the way, it's another Nintendo 64 game. It's a great entry for new fans. I think that's why they chose Star Fox 64. Now we're getting a movie. Star Fox was in the movie, by the way. Now we're getting a Zelda movie. What coincidence is it that they go back to Ocarina of Time when I posted on X? Well, 8 out of 10 people that I know who are diehard fans of The Legend of Zelda started with Ocarina of Time. That's the game that kind of captivated them in, and it's the one that has the Triforce, explains everything really cool. So what do you guys feel about it now? Like, how do you feel now that Nate the Hate did not let us down, and there's now an expectation. I'm excited. I'm just crazy excited. What, Joyce?
You
Talk
know
to
I'm
me.
about to burst over here. Shout out to Rascal Gaming because he said it best. I'm excited, but a tad bit worried.
Uh-huh.
However, y'all, I'm more of a believer than I was. Cause y'all know, like I was like, I'm skeptical. We ain't gonna get no Star Fox or the Ocarina. Y'all heard me. I'm gonna shade
Yeah.
myself. Okay. I'm sorry, my fan is in the other room, but I'm gonna shade myself.
Yeah.
Um, I am nervous about this ambitious remake because, and this is no shade to Star Fox at all. I want to make that very clear. Even though it's not my jam, it's a lot of people's jam. When I think about Star Fox and everything, and I see the way that they remastered this version of Star Fox, there's a moth in here. It's not bad at all. First of all, it looks great, but it's not what I think is ambitious. So I'm concerned that it's not going to be ambitious enough. You see what I mean? And then also, as old school heads, how ambitious do we really want it to be?
Yeah.
You know what
Good
I mean?
question.
Because we're used to we're used to polygon looking Link from the original Ocarina of Time. And I'm not saying that Nintendo can't do it. I'm more than certain that there's other studios involved. I really, really, really hope it's Monolith Soft. Monolith Soft would just go ham on a Zelda game. It would look a lot, it would just look amazing. But that's the only part I'm nervous about. And I think I'm allowing myself to have a little bit of apprehension because if it's not real, I just don't want that hurt on my heart. Because that's going to hurt me. But what's going to hurt me the more is if it's real and they give us like Wind Waker graphics and I'm just, art style. And then I'm just going to jump off. No, I'm not. I'm kidding.
I mean, I don't think it'll go that far. I think that it's gonna be a complete remake from the ground up. Is art style though? Art style is a big question, right? What kind of art style will it go with?
And I also have to say this: if there's not more dungeons or at least more lore, where did Paul go?
I think there he is.
I guess he's still. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I was like, where did Paul go?
No,
if there's not more
the connection's a little bit
iffy.
Connection's a little bit wonky. Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. Y'all, we really trying. We struggling with Restream right now. But seriously, no new dungeons, no new lore, no new characters, side quests, something, because they have the opportunity to, and don't get me wrong, original Ocarina of Time in 1998 was great. But we're in 2026 now. We have plenty of other Zelda games to pull lore from, to give us explanations. They have the opportunity to even throw some voice acting in there. Like I said, all we need is the soul of Ocarina of Time and build around it. Okay. We just need the soul of the game. They can change the art style and everything else, but we still need the soul. But don't just give me a bunch of prettiness and you all haven't really updated it. You haven't really done anything to it. Okay.
Yeah. Content wise. Yeah.
And we have a chance for more cutscenes. Let's talk about this 3-way split. Let's talk about it. Let's get more into Ganon and because if you remember in Ocarina of Time, his own people don't really mess with him like that. They don't talk to him like that. So so while we do know what caused the rift, but what happened in those moments to cause that rift, I would love to see that. And that's what concerns me because Nintendo doesn't really usually like to do things like that. But as we're going to get into later, a lot of our big known names are retiring and things of that nature. So maybe they even, maybe they said we're going to give this to our young upcoming Zelda developers. They're going to work with the other studio and make something beautiful. Maybe that could be it too. So I'll shut up now.
But I think the game is if the game is coming, guys. Next month is the June Direct. Next month is the June Direct. That's when we're going to be getting that information. It's next month. We're not talking about like months from now. We're talking about next month. We're going to be able to see new games, what Nintendo has in store. Man, I'm so freaking excited for next month for real. It's like because I feel like this is where Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna shine for real. Like moving forward, now we see Star Fox. It's a Nintendo Switch 2 game. What else can they do? Like I saw a comment. Wow, if Star Fox looks like this, Ocarina of Time has to look incredible. Paul, what do you think?
You know, we've talked for a long time of what would we each like the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake to be. Could it be as wild as Final Fantasy VII and then just this blow up of the game, in which case it would kind of take Ocarina of Time and make it as big as Breath of the Wild? But then that takes away some of the spirit of Ocarina of Time. It's too big. It's not necessary. But then there's the, okay, Resident Evil 2 approach, which is maintaining it but bringing it up to modern standards. And then there's the, 3DS approach, just everything is in its exact place, just a new texture. And it's like, well, I think Ocarina of Time deserves to be bigger. What about something in the middle? What if it's, everything is where it is, but things are 3 times bigger in terms of their volume. There are some more buildings in Echo Village. There are some more shops in Hyrule Field. There are some more more Kokiri children in the Korok Forest. And maybe, to not mess with the map size, beyond like Lake Hylia is an ocean with a little bit of extra water. Behind Death Mountain, there is the side of the moon, if you will, of more to explore. Behind Hyrule Castle, there's a training ground and knights and academy kind of stuff that you could do. Behind or in the desert, I should say, the desert expands. It's one new temple. And I think like that kind of thing would be like a best case scenario. But then we start getting wild with thoughts of, what about Sheik? Can we play as her in this middle 7-year period? What about the ending of the game having 3 endings and stuff? And all I hoped that it wasn't necessarily was just an exact carbon layout of everything in each position with brand new graphics, because that was the 3DS version. Now, it would be far greater, but if that was it, I don't know if that would be enough. However, now that I have seen how far Nintendo is willing to go with a Nintendo 64 remake in Star Fox, I wouldn't mind if they did the Star Fox approach to Ocarina of Time. Mine would be, okay, it's the same Kakariko Village, but the graphics, you betcha, are cranked up to 11. It's the same layout of the forest, of the temple, of everything, of the bosses, but it's all cranked up and reimagined visually, artistically, but it's the exact graphics that you would want. Some modern quality of life features, the camera angle you could snap around and stuff like that. Maybe some different save points. But no, it's not this bigger game. But how it's made to be felt like a bigger game is, Joyce was saying, backstory, cinema scenes, dialogue, cutscenes with spoken new element of Ganondorf getting ready to storm Hyrule Castle, ready to infiltrate his way into the castle. Just what happened when Link went into this 7-year slumber and showing us cutscenes of Ganondorf terrorizing the world. Showing us, if we're not playing as her, what did she do as this backstory of Sheik, etc., etc. That would be enough content to fill up the game, to make it more big, make it more grand, like Star Fox is doing, without messing with the old formula. So this is kind of like a perfect way of exploding the game and not doing one of my old ideas, which is like, make this area a little bit more behind the scenes. Make this area greater to explore over here. No, this is just, it is this carbon copy, graphics cranked up to 11, but orchestrated stuff and all that. And I think, you know what? That would be okay. Then you're looking at like a Resident Evil 4 kind of remake sort of thing. And if that's freaking it, you are going to make so many people happy this November, because that's one of the most highly acclaimed games of all time. Time, and what a repeat of basically 1997-98 we're looking at. 7, by the way. This summer, Nintendo's got Star Fox. The Star Fox 64 was of 97. You've got GoldenEye 007. This summer, you're going to get James Bond First Light. You're getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That was September 97. So 97's making a comeback 29 years later this summer. And then Ocarina of Time, technically, yeah, it's a 1998 game. But, like, if that's real, dude, wow, what a time to be alive. And I think there's very good reason to believe that, yeah, this Ocarina of Time thing is real. And, you know, the last piece of the puzzle is, when do they choose to reveal it? How? Will we be eating some cereal, having a slice of pizza, and like, oh, by the way, Ocarina of Time? Like, I don't think so.
No, please no.
I think it's going to be at a direct issue. June 9th.
I hope not.
Direct.
I hope they don't do
The only
that,
thing
like
is,
dropping 10 minutes.
I would be happy, but also, oh man, I wouldn't be able to get my reaction. I'll be going to Summer Game Fest. I got my ticket today. I'll be there in LA, in less than a month. So as excited as I would be if Nintendo chose to show it there, I probably wouldn't have my live reaction, and I wouldn't be able to be streaming with the community sitting in the seat. So that's the only downer. But Summer Game Fest would be a pretty big place to have it. But I would think that Nintendo would choose it to be at their own direct, right? That's right.
Quick question: Are
Are
Summer Game Fest tickets for sale, or do you get them? Do you just get them?
Both. They are available for sale now.
They are? Okay, because I was thinking of actually getting a ticket to go to Summer Game Fest this year, and then while I'm there, maybe work on some IndieMania work while I'm that part of the town there, but be part of Summer Game Fest and kind of witness that in person and kind of all the fun and festivities and stuff like that. But we'll talk more about that behind the scenes. But yeah, Ocarina of Time is I think my most anticipated unannounced title ever, and I cannot wait for that very last topic really quickly here. We're gonna go over it. We're gonna try to spin it as much as we can. This one we're gonna try to spin it because no matter what it's happening, we can't deny it. It's Nintendo's price hike on the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced. Nintendo's giving us until September of this year. If you would like to buy a Nintendo Switch at the launch price, then you have from now until September to buy that Nintendo Switch. I want to go ahead and quick shout out to David Patterson becoming a member, power up member on the channel. I'm not sure if they're celebrating an anniversary or they just become a member. Let's see here. Do you see that, Josie? Did they just become a member, or is it like an anniversary one?
Became a member level power up member.
Awesome.
So I think
Thank you so much.
A member.
Thank you, David, for your support. I appreciate you more than you know. You're awesome, and your support means the world to me. Thank you. So yeah, we just got notice that Nintendo is increasing the price for the Nintendo Switch across the board in Canada, United States, everywhere. United States, $499, $500 plus tax, so it'll bring it up to about $530 something dollars, $530 something dollars. Here at least when it comes to the tax in Florida. And there's no word whether this also pertains to the bundles, right? Maybe the bundles will stay the same, $499, and that becomes a better deal because there's no price increase there. But we have yet to see a bundle, unless they mentioned that there will be a price increase on the bundle, and I didn't know about it. Joycey or Paul, did you guys hear anything about that? Or it's
about what one? What bundle?
About if there was going to be a price increase also on the bundles that they do, or is that still gonna stay at $499, which will make it a good deal?
I would assume
They don't.
that it's still going to be at the new price.
So technically, 400, let's say $449 for the bundle, or $459 for the
Mm-mm,
bundle.
mm-mm.
So
New price
499
for the
for
bundle. So let's
499.
just say, let's say it like this for argument's sake. So
Yeah.
here's an example. So $499 or $500 basically,
Uh-huh.
with the price hike, and let's just say, because I know that they're going to do it this way, Ocarina of Time is yay, we're happy about it, remake or whatever. It's going to be $80. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now.
Yeah,
Just like I
yeah.
told y'all, Switch 2 is going to be 500. It's a little bit delayed, but now I'm right. So yeah. So if you were to get that in a bundle and not special edition, you're going to pay 500 for the system, but then they're going to knock 20 to 30 bucks off of the game.
Okay, yeah. So like for
Mm-hmm.
basically $559
Mm-hmm.
for the bundle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I'm trying to find a way to spin this, but I want to first start by saying, yes,
Spin what?
this sucks. You know, it does sucks. I have to join the sentiment of the population out there who's kind of, I know, the true gamers who are going to buy the system anyway. People who have bought systems no matter what, they feel a certain way. Okay, systems go up, but there are those who can barely afford the system right now, and they're just saving up, and now they just found out the price is going even more up. I've spoken to so many people, so many subscribers, who can't afford the system right now, and so right now we are entering into the premium era of gaming, meaning that every system out there has a premium price. Yeah, I made a comment that got a little bit of backlash from people. I'm like, oh, Steam Deck is right now the cheapest entry point. I mean, it is if it were in stock, but it is not. It's not in stock, and people are kind of selling it on eBay and on other websites for a higher price. But yeah, it is a pretty steep price for $499 for the base model of the Nintendo Switch 2, and if they do a bundle for $559. But like I said, I want to try to paint this in a positive light, because I know that there's always hope. There's something that could be on the way that can make it at least more affordable for for people who want to buy Switch 2. I do believe that we are going to get a Nintendo Switch Lite sooner than when we got it for Nintendo Switch 2 Lite, because of this entire thing. And hopefully, we'll get, maybe it's an all digital system without the detachable controllers, and then Nintendo calls that the Nintendo Switch Lite, 2 Lite, and then we get that for maybe $299, $300, and maybe that could be a good entry point for some fans to come in and be able to enjoy games like Pokemon Winds and Waves, which is coming out next year. That's a huge title for Nintendo, and for Pokemon fans, the big best-selling franchise ever. And so, yes, the price increase looks and sounds bad, because it is. Nobody wants to see a price increase, right? Even if it's $50, it is what it is, right? So there are a couple of things I want to encourage everybody to do. Number one, if you really want to switch, save. That's what we used to do back in the day. Back in Paul knows, Paul knows. If you want to switch, save your money. Like, have some money set aside. You don't have to buy everything right now. Put your money aside, save it, and then eventually you'll get your Nintendo Switch 2. Number two, buy it used. Go online, buy it used. There are a lot of systems out there. Mercari, Facebook Place, eBay. There are systems that are used that are being sold cheaper. I just bought 2 of them used for my daughters, and I didn't buy them new. I just bought them very used. They cost me $250 each on eBay. No, not eBay. Facebook Marketplace. I met somebody near us and bought 2 systems for $250 each, And so I recommend you guys to just kind of look at the bright side. I know this sucks, but Paul, what do you have to say? I know you're the king of looking at the bright side of things, and I know you can tell people like, hey, okay, this is sucks, but how can we look at this in the positive light?
I'm still here. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Okay. Can you hear me, Paul? I don't think Paul
Barely.
can hear me.
Barely. It's chopping.
Okay. Did you hear my question, or do you want me to repeat it?
I didn't hear the question. I do have to leave in a minute though because I've got Mortal Kombat movie starting soon.
Okay. So go ahead and tell people where they can find you, and at the same time leaving them with a positive note on the price increase, if you can do that.
You could find me on primarily X and YouTube and TikTok, where I am at
Mm-hmm.
Paul Gale Network, putting up gaming history videos every day, countdown video every day now to Star
Mm-hmm.
Fox. By the way, we are 1 year and a couple of days shy from the Legend of Zelda movie coming out. We just
Nice.
are yesterday. As of yesterday was a year exactly. So where you're at in
Yeah.
the world, it's T minus a day from a year or 2 days. And then as for some positivity to leave you with, check it out. $500 today for a Nintendo Switch 2 is less than $600 was in 2006 for a PlayStation 3. That's what a PS3 cost at launch in 2006. You're looking at 20 years later, $100 less for a system that you can also take on the go. You are also paying less for a Nintendo Switch 2 at $500 than you would buying a Wii U for $350 and a Nintendo 3DS for $250, because that right there would be $600, because that's how much you'd have to pay in old Nintendo generations, is a whole price for a home console and a whole price for a portable console. Now you're paying one price for two consoles in one. So it's not as bad as some hardware was, literally. It's not as bad as some hardware was cost appropriate due to inflation. And it's not as bad as some pairings of two Nintendo systems out. So you got to look at it from that positive side. With that, I've got to roll because movie's starting too soon.
All right, Paul. Enjoy the movie, and give your family a hug for me. Enjoy.
Take care. All.
Bye, Paul. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody. Bye, chat. Bye, Joycey. Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Bye. And then there were two.
I think Paul just froze. Paul, no, Paul, you're frozen. Paul, you're frozen.
No, he's not frozen.
All right, so, yeah, Switch 2 going up $50, not great. What Paul
I had to go get
there,
my fan for this one.
what Paul just said was that there really is no real way.
I heard him.
I was spinning it positively because counterpoint to what Paul is saying is that inflation is here, but pay has not yet met inflation. And I've spoken to many people. Hey, I'm still getting paid the same amount I got paid before inflation. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed for me. Prices go up, rent goes up, food goes up, gas is $5 gas prices. In my area, things go up, but salaries stay the same. You know what I mean? And so we have to think about that. We have to think about people in that area, because it's easy for us as video gamers. We buy everything when it comes out because we're used to that, right? But those who can't afford to buy a Nintendo Switch or buy a system per couple, not per couple, per child, like Nintendo Switch, like we have with Nintendo Switch. Oh no, is there a?
Sorry.
Is that?
I'm supposed to take my medicine.
I thought that was this is an emergency alert system. If there were an emergency alert, like a
The Nintendo ninjas are on their way because I'm about to talk some smack.
yeah. So yeah, that's the counterpoint. There's a counterpoint. Yeah, a lot of people can still afford the Nintendo Switch 2, but there are a lot of others who can't afford it, and they're the ones who are actually gonna suffer from this, right? And I'll do everything within my power to find ways how to get you guys Switch shoes and cheaper, right? Maybe if I have to make a video once I'm back with my studio, make videos on how to find video games cheaper, hunting videos like that with you guys, and then I'll do it, to help out the community. But it is what it is. Hopefully things will come back to normal. The If people want to blame something, you guys can blame the chip shortage, and you can blame AI. You can literally blame AI for what's happening for the price hike because of the RAM. AI, all these companies, Elon Musk, I can mention the Elon Musk with his Open AI, Gemini from Google. All these companies creating these massive giant AI brains are sucking up all the RAM that our small little tech systems use, and therefore leaving us with nothing, making the prices go up, and then we have to pay for that at the other end. So if anybody didn't know about that, this is the reason why the systems are going up, because of the shortage in RAM chips, and it's just crazy. Get that shade out, Joycey. What's it? What you want to throw the shade out?
I want to talk to my adult gamers. If you are 25 and up, this is for you. If you're under 25, you get a pass. Nobody likes anything going up, but I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Us as adults, we are not angry enough about gas prices. We're not angry enough about the food going up. We're not angry enough about housing. We are not angry enough, but we can all get together and whine about a $50 price hike on the Nintendo Switch. Now, let's just look at some things right here. Nintendo was the final holdout. We knew this price hike was coming. They were the final holdout. Then they apologized as well. Ain't no company apologized to me for nothing. Okay? So, as adults, like I said, we need to get a lot angrier about things that we actually need. I, too, have an emotional attachment to my Switch, to all my Nintendo consoles. I have an unhealthy emotional attachment to the Legend of Zelda series, or now going to franchise. However, I'm not going to starve in my own house. I'm not going to let my rent not get paid, my insurance not get paid, my car payment not get paid. It's just going to have to wait. Okay? And unfortunately, the thing that sucks about being adult is that you make your money, and everybody going outside costs about $100 just to go outside. Okay, that costs about $100 already. Remember when we used to be able to go outside for free? Yeah, that used to be a thing. Okay, as soon as we get paid, what happens next? The light bill due, car payment due. Some of y'all got kids in daycare. Daycare want their money. Everybody has their handout. As soon as we all get paid, everybody has their handout and wants some of our money, right? And a lot of us we try to be as generous as we can when it comes to people that we support or charities we support. But let's keep it honest. Sometimes you can't help your charity, or you can't help your favorite YouTuber or whatever the case may be, because you got to make cuts somewhere, because everything is going up except our paychecks. Okay.
Yep.
And then it is almost like this playground groupthink of let's all have this self-righteous moment and grandstand about how we hate Nintendo and how Nintendo is so greedy. You're not righteous, and you are just doing too much. If you can't afford it, or you don't care about it, or you're angry about it, Go touch grass. Go. I'm gonna need you to go get some friends. I'm gonna need you to go call your parents. Okay. I'm gonna need you to go do something else with your time. See, Paul want to put it is beautiful because he puts a positive spin on things, and so is Mike. I'm your auntie. I'm here to keep it real with y'all. There is
Yeah.
nothing to complain about. Okay. Now, when y'all want to get angry about what's going on in society right now, then I'm ready to get on board. But I just don't have time to cry and whine about video games and consoles and console warring and some of the dumbest stuff I read today. I haven't bought a Switch 2 because it's too expensive and I don't like the way Nintendo prices their games. If you can't afford $50 games, then I don't know what to tell you about that either. We got $50 games, we got $60, $70, and $80 games. Okay, there is a game for you somewhere. Okay, and so I'm just kind of tired of this whole. We sound like console warriors. We sound like children. Okay, we're 25 and up. I'm still talking to us. We are not children anymore. Grow up. Okay, stop whining. Stop getting so upset because Nintendo does a thing. Okay, if I wanted to whine about Nintendo, I could sit here and whine about why don't I have a new Zelda? Why don't I have a brand new 3D Mario? Whine. I'm a grown woman. Okay, now this is extra crispy. I'm a grown ass woman. Okay, I don't have time to cry about what Nintendo does. What I have to concern myself with, how much money do I have for the things that I need? And what if some things happen within my family and I need extra money for them? Mm-hmm. I have, one of my girlfriends, like I said, is graduating. I still got to go get her a gift. I do plan on buying more games this year, but games that I would have probably taken a risk on, I'm not really necessarily doing that because the prices are going up. So I had to make an adult decision. So there's certain things I just can't take a risk on and try it because the prices are a little bit up. So all we have to do, guys, is just be a little bit responsible. Oh, well, what about the kid who wants a Nintendo Switch? Guess what? Kids like PlayStation 2. I don't know if y'all know that, but kids like PlayStation 2. Kids like computers and PC and their PC games. And all that stuff is just as expensive. So, and I'm sorry, y'all know Auntie don't like to fuss at you. Y'all, I hope y'all ain't mad at me. I love you.
Thank you, Jersey.
But we need to grow up.
Super chat in. Thank you so much, Genki, for your support for the $5 super chat. It says, hey, Mike, I just want to say hi. Say that I'll continue to support the channel to the best of my abilities and look forward to your full-time return later in 2026. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys, people like you, Genki, are why I do this, and I really appreciate. And you guys are my fire. You guys push me forward and want, make me want to produce the best content possible. And I think that's part of why I am taking this little break when it comes to producing the daily videos, just because I recognize that my current content is not to the standard that it needs to be. And just because I can't put out content doesn't mean I should when it's the lowest quality possible, lowest effort. I want to make sure that when I do put content out, it's to the best of what I can and what you guys deserve. So yeah. So thank you so much, Genki, for that follow super chat. And that was the extra crispy moment by Joycey. Joycey, give in the chat, give us emojis for Joycey and thank her for that extra crispy moment of the podcast, which I think is going to be something from now on. The extra crispy moment of the podcast brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We'll do more extra crispy going forward. We're kind of, like I said, we're discombobulated because of technical difficulties. So we may not get in a full 30 minutes or an hour of extra crispy tonight, but it is coming. But that was my extra crispy hot take because I already know somebody is twittering or typing right now about, I know this dumb heifer did not just call me a child. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Extra crispy.
Yeah. So
I'm done.
quality over quantity. Exactly. That's where I'm headed. And I hope you guys gonna love the brand new studio because it's is insane. Wait a minute, what? Dream a little more with the 20 gifted. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted. I appreciate you so much. You're awesome, Dream. And again, welcome to all the amazing new members that just joined. 20 new members back to back. Is the chat is going nuts. Thank you so much for your support. I
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
I have no words to describe. Thank you so much, Dream, for the 20 gifted. Um, I promise, I will not let you guys down. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna make sure you guys have a say in the brand new studio because I'm gonna do like a vlog once I get to the new house and then start designing the new studio. You guys will be part of the entire process. I'm gonna vlog everything, live stream, and you guys will be part of the decorations and where do I put the thing when I put the TV up here and stuff, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Yay!
Sometimes when you grow, there's growing pains, right? It's like growing pains, but it's worth it. You just have to kind of push through, endure, and you know that the sun is out. The sun is on the other side of the all those clouds. So don't give up, guys. Don't give up. And like Joycey said, once we get this thing sorted out, I'm gonna make sure this week I get sorted out with who wherever we're gonna be, StreamYard, Restream or Riverside, whichever it is. We're gonna make sure that it's all set up so that we can do our proper extra crispy episode. After
The way Restream is going right now, I think we got a better chance with 2 Dixie cups of string and FaceTime.
well, there's also the other one. I forgot the name of. Stream something. Stream. I forgot the name. I'll look it up during the week, but we'll get it sorted out. I just want to thank everyone in the chat for being here, for sticking by us, and for just staying here throughout the highs, the lows, and the mids, and all the levels of chaos here on the channel. All right, Joycey, what can we find?
Our combobulation is so dissed. Sorry. Okay.
Discombobulated?
Yeah, my combo. Yeah, the compilation is so dissed.
Where can we find you?
In Texas. Yeah. I'm on Twitter, and I refuse to call it anything else because of who owns it. That's something else we ought to be out here mad about. Okay.
Twitter.
Just saying. Yeah, Twitter. Okay. Yeah. Find me on Twitter. Yeah. I'm at DJ Joycey. And I apologize, guys. I just don't post hardly ever. If anything, I like retweet our podcast, and that's about it. However, if you send me a message or at me with a Zelda question, query, interest, I'm happy to chat with you.
Awesome. And yes, Streamlabs is the other one that I think Streamlabs is
cool okay.
Because, Streamlabs is cool because when the chat does super chats or members, it does all the little effects on screen, like it helps us like celebrate and stuff, which is really cool. So I'm gonna look into that. I'll look into that. Maybe Streamlabs is gonna be our new home for the podcast. I'll look into that. All right, friends, and of course you can find me here. Guess what? From now to September or August, every Friday here at the Name Topic Podcast, we'll try to clip also a few things here and there to upload, maybe do it the week, so you guys can have a little clips in here to revisit from the podcast, like our best moments, our funny moments, Joycey's extra crispy shades, and you'll catch maybe one or two or three or four. Like I'll take my phone and do one of those like, "Hey guys, I'm here sitting in the car. Like a car rant. It's hot outside. I'm not driving. I can't drive. I'm sitting on the passenger seat because I gotta keep.
Hi guys, we can't drive because gas is too dang on high.
The $5 gas prices are not allowing me to buy my Nintendo Switch.
Hey, yo, a quick side quest. Y'all remember when you dropped your friend off at, you had to take your friend somewhere, drop them off somewhere, and they gave you $5 of gas money, and that like really actually like fills your tank up about halfway? Yes, Mike and I remember them days.
I remember.
I wish the young children today had cheaper gas prices. Lord, I
Yeah.
wish y'all had cheaper gas
Yeah.
prices. I wish y'all missed $600 rent. We used to have $600 rent, and for a sizable apartment. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah. All our
There's
friends.
a whole lot of things I can get extra crispy about, but yeah, let's go home.
That's gonna do it. With I see some music here. Let me see if we can leave with some music.
Don't add nothing to restream. It's gonna fall apart.
Hey, that's my music.
Hey, all right.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have watched the Discombobulated in Topic podcast. Hopefully, we'll come back next week better and never. Before we let you go, never give up and journey on. Peace. Bye. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Now I gotta find the end screen because this is another platform I don't even know what the end thing is now.